Good morning, or hello, welcome back. I'm gonna go book shopping. I'm gonna go to a store called Solid State Books. It is a Black-owned bookstore in DC. So I'm gonna go there. I am dressed like I'm gonna go work out because I booked a solid core class at noon. Usually I go early in the mornings. I like to go at like 8 a.m. on Saturdays, but I finally got one of my friends to go with me, and the only time that he said he would go would be noon. He said he wouldn't make it at 8 on a Saturday. So I'm going at noon. But the bookstore is literally on the same block as the solid core studio that we're going to. So I'm just gonna go and chill there and buy a few books, and then I might go sit, there's a Starbucks there too, so I might go sit in the Starbucks while I wait for it to be time to go to solid core. But yeah, that's what we're doing. Also, I wanted to show you my nails, if they would focus. They are so cute. I'm a little bit annoyed because they're already, like, you can kind of see little bits of white already, but like honestly from far away you can't tell. And then later today my friend Patiana is coming. I don't know if I'll film while she's here, but I might, maybe. Why not, you know? But yeah, let's go book shopping. Okay. Hey guys, it's later. Basically I went to solid core, and then by the time I got home, my friend who's visiting this weekend said she was close, so we just went to the National Gallery, and then we went to get fun, and then we went and got gelato. So it was fun, and it was good to see her. I missed her. Anyway, let me show you what I got at Solid State. So it is a Black-owned bookstore in DC. It's on H Street Northeast, I think, and it is really cool. But when I went to check out and chose my books, the guy who rang me up was like, "This is an odd assortment of books." I was like, "Yeah, well, I like the weird stuff sometimes." And he was like, yeah, nothing wrong with it, it's just kind of interesting." And I was like, okay. So let me show you what my odd assortment of books is. All right, so first is actually two of them are ones that I've never heard of, and then two are ones that I have heard of. So I'll start with the ones I've never heard of. So this is Brutes. I'm guessing that's how you say it, but Brutes by Dizz Tate, which is such an interesting name. But look at the cover. It's really just pretty. Like, I know a lot of people don't like real people on their covers, but I feel like this is how to do real people on the cover well. But it just seemed really interesting. It's about like this group of girls in Florida who are like obsessed with this one girl who's the preacher's daughter, and then she goes missing basically. So I think they're trying to figure out like what happened to her, and it's apparently beautiful writing, and it says it captures the violence, horrors, and manic joys of girlhood. It could just be interesting. I don't know. I'm in my, I don't know, trying to go outside of the box of things that I normally like era. The second one I got that I also had never heard of is Pond by Claire-Louise Bennett. And this one was even more obscure. I'm trying to like appreciate writing that's more like stream of consciousness, just like stuff that doesn't necessarily have a plot. Like, you don't need to always have a plot heavy book to enjoy it. But it's basically about an unnamed woman who just kind of is like chronicling her life in a small coastal village. So it was interesting. I read like the first few pages and it just seems like something I have never read before, so I wanted to try it. So then the other two are ones that I have heard of. So this cover is just so interesting, but it is A Touch of Jen by Beth Morgan. And I have heard, I'm not gonna hold this cover up because I feel like maybe we might, it feels just not something that YouTube would want me to show that much of. But anyway, it's basically about this couple who's obsessed with this influencer named Jen, and then they get invited to hang out with her like at her house in the Hamptons, and like, I don't know, stuff just goes left. It just seems unhinged, and I want to know what the deal is. And then lastly, this is one that I've heard of because of Books and Lala, and she is like one of her all-time favorite books, and like I never fully had that much interest in reading it, but then I saw it in the store, and it's just, I mean, the cover is stunning and the colors are just, and then I read like the first few pages and I was like, oh, maybe I do want to read this. So I got it. And that is Rewrite Upon Sticks by Quan. Also, this is a Black woman author. I mean, I'm assuming that looks like a Black little girl. So, and that's her, that's the author. So, yeah, basically this is about a field hockey team that is so desperate to go to finals or something, like regionals or something, I don't really know, that they're willing to dabble in what I'm assuming is like dark magic to do it. And it's set in the 80s, and if you don't know anything about me, I love the 80s, the idea of the 80s. So I feel like if there was any other time for me to have been like a young adult or in college, I wish it would have been the 80s. So I don't know, seems cool. And I read the first few pages and I like didn't want to leave without it. So those are the 4 books that I got, and that's all for this video. I hope you enjoyed, and stay tuned for the next one. Okay, bye. Okay, I'm back for a second. So I've been reading Pond for the last like 30 minutes. I'm only on page 31. I'm not that far at all into the actual book, but I am enjoying, I never thought I would enjoy something like this. I just wanted to try it. It's literally, it has no plot. I don't know, like, can I even say it's interesting? I mean, it is. I just like, maybe this is like an extension of how I just like to people watch. I love people watching. I feel like I'm basically just people watching and reading this lady's journal. Anyway, that was the only update. I'm gonna go ahead and end this here. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.